YouTube, what it do? We in the house. We in the house like kitchen sinks. What it do, YouTube? It's gonna be a minute. You know, I do these pop-up lives, and it's been quite a while since I've been live on here. It's kind of late. It ain't too late though. A little bit after 10 Central Time. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky right now. It's about, I ain't gonna say exactly, but it's somewhere between 2 and 6 minutes after 10, if you will. I missed y'all, YouTube. I had to jump out there and say, man, let me holler at my YouTube peoples, man. Just got off work, feeling good. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing to wake up to see another day. Been meaning to jump on here, but guess what? Better late than never, man. Respectfully. Got to give it time for people to jump in the building, which I got to double tap that screen. I see it's only 4 people on here, and I just jumped on. Man, y'all double tap that screen. See, when you double tap the screen, it gives me a like. What up, bro? Is that William Smith? What's good? William Smith, 3712, man. What's good with you, man? Where you chiming in from? I double tap that screen for a player one time. My dog, number 6, TB. Terry Brown, 4235. What's good? Number 6. I call him number 6 because he was my number 6 subscriber a couple years ago. Maybe a little bit, I don't know, maybe 28, 27 months ago. When I first started this channel, didn't know what I was doing. Still don't halfway know what I'm doing. What's good, TB? Trenches Truth. What's good with you, man? William Smith, 3712, Louisville. Chopper chill. Louisville's in the house. Shout out to the 502, 65 miles up the road, man. I rock with them Louisville cats in the pen, man. I rock with my Lexington cats too, but for the longest time, Louisville and Lexington had a long-standing, if you will, rival in the pen. They ain't really get along. Well, I don't know at what point did that change, but when I started going to the pen, you know, it's not as though the penitentiary is a good place to be, because it's not. But when I started going to the pen, man, I rock with them Louisville cats, man. Real solid, money-making, solid cats, man. So shout out to the Ville, man. Absolutely, man. New Jersey's in the building. Shout out to New Jersey, man. Y'all double tap that screen for me one time for your mind. I'm trying to get 10,000 likes. Well, maybe 1,000. I'm trying to get 1,000 likes. All you got to do is take 0.25 seconds and double tap that screen, man. We're going to get into some subjects because there is a message, as usual. But I just want to give people an opportunity to, you know, log on. Like I said, I never really go live. Well, I rarely go live. I'm not going to say never. But I rarely go live, man. I appreciate y'all chiming in. Again, I know that it's kind of late. People got to go to work in the morning. But I'm not going to keep you long. I'm not going to keep you long at all, man. What's good, man? What's good? Talk to me. You know what I mean? I was at Eastern, Luther Luckett, and I finished my sentence out at Green River. Absolutely. I never been to Eastern. I tried to get to Eastern, but actually, I was supposed to go to Eastern. I wasn't trying to go to Eastern. I was trying to go to Eastern. I want to say back in 2002, and they ended up sending me to Lee County, which is right down the road or whatever. Never been to Luckett, but I definitely have been to Green River. I was in Green River in 2013, and they were stabbing, and Muslims was fighting, and oh man, it was a mess, man. It started out like Green River seemed as though it was peaceful in the very beginning, but man, they got to it got wild down there, man. Yards stayed on lockdown. It got wild. It definitely did, man. 10 flat, 120 months. Yeah, that's a beast. That's a beast. But guess what? You here. You made it out. 10 flat, man. PFO1. Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, 10 flats. 10 flats, for the people that don't know, man, you doing 10 flat, 120 months flat, no questions asked, man. You know what I mean? So I never did 10 flat. I've done about probably about 11 calendars in totality. I never did it all at once, but you You know, if you do one calendar, if you do 1 month, you do 1 day, it's bad enough, man. So again, it's a beautiful thing that you made it out. Green River was like a college when I got there. Yeah, that's how it was when I got there. It was like all peaceful. It's a lot of, you know, elderly people there. You know, the thing about prison is like you'll see people 70, 75, 80 years old, and they're never going home. And they just have a daily routine. They get up. Green River, the yard open at about 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:15, 5:30, somewhere right around in there, child hall, whatever. And you just see people just outside, just chilling, man, just like a peace. Just because it's not a lot of people on the yard at that point, and you just look at them and been locked up 50 years, 45, 60 years, man. Just there, just chilling, man. So it's a very, very, it could be a very educational type thing, but sad moment at the same time. Like, man, this person that's been locked up for 42, 45 years, this individual was once my age. This young fools, if they live long enough, will eventually become old fools if they don't change their ways. I woke up this morning and survived the day. Today was a good day. Absolutely, TB, Terry Brown. Every day I wake up, man, and instead of finding something to complain about, you know, I got problems, I got things that's going on in my life just well, but I say, you know what? It's a beautiful thing that, you know, that I just woke up this morning. You know, so many people didn't. So many people woke up in the hospital, terminally ill. So many people, you know, they didn't wake up. They in comas, or they just, you know, it's just, man, you got to find a reason, because it's always a reason to be blessed. Queasy floating 5662, you got the gift of gab. Well, hopefully it's a good thing. I don't know if it's necessarily the gift of gab. I don't know. I just try to spread a message, man. I try to, you know, just let people know exactly what I went through. And, you know, we did a Thanksgiving drive. And thanks to a lot of you all that are watching this video or this live, and thanks to the people that will see this live eventually, but a lot of people donated. And we had so many pizzas, man. We had like Papa John's pizzas. We had, yeah, I had to pay for them. I got a discount, but yeah, they didn't donate the pizzas. We had chips. We had drinks. We had desserts. And we had so much. We had like, it was a lot of pizzas or whatever. Matter of fact, all the homeless people that came out, it was cold outside that day. And at the end of, like, we were out there for like 2 hours. And my girl, her family showed out. You know, I knew it was going to be a couple people, but like she brought her nieces and nephews. It was so many people. And thankfully she did, because, man, it was very, very cold that day. But the news came out, and I put the video up. I'm going to pin it in, I guess, one of my comment sections or whatever. But I put the video up so that the people could see that donated, where their money went to. And it was just it was a lovely thing. But as I was saying, the people that, once it, you know, we didn't run out of time, but just the people stopped coming because it was cold. So we took the rest of the food to the Salvation Army. It was a beautiful thing. Once again, so thank you to all of y'all that donated. If you didn't have anything to donate, or if you donated $1, $2, $5, $100, whatever you donate, it was lovely. We're gonna do it again here real soon. And that's just what I'm about. I'm just about, you know, trying to help the people, you know. I've done so much wrong in my life, so it's like, you know what? I gotta, at some point, man, you have to turn that corner and start to do right. And it's not necessarily about me. It's just that I enjoy doing what I do. So thank you all again. Bad Habit 4548. What's good, everybody? What's good, man? Bad Habit 4548. Say what's good, man. We're gonna do a little Q&A, man. So if y'all got any questions or y'all want to know anything, feel free to ask me. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm just thankful to, you know, be online with you all. There's so many channels on YouTube, so many, and the fact that people take time out of their busy schedule, because everybody's busy. Anybody, you all could be doing anything, but yet you're here with me. And I appreciate that, like, to the fullest. A lot of times people ask me, like, Kenz, why don't you drop more videos? People that understand or somewhat understand the ins and outs of YouTube. Couldn't you make more money? If you drop more videos, couldn't you make more money? Yeah, I could. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if I sit around and just said, okay, I'm gonna make 4 or 5 videos a day, and eventually I'll get to that point. But the thing about it with me is this: it's not about money. I could easily just drop videos all day long. I see people do it, and I don't knock them. Somebody say, yo, okay, I see I'm still in the building. Every once in a while I get knocked offline or whatever, so I just want to make sure. There's my girl, Ice Cream Beats 101. What's up, Kenz? Just posted on your video. Just got off work here at the airport in Brazil. Shout out to Brazil. What's up, everybody? Good evening. Good evening. I want y'all to know I dropped the video probably about 15 minutes ago. So when y'all get off the live, y'all go check my video out. Oh, it's wild, man. It's about a dude that totally gets his whole face just obliterated over the microwave. Things like that in the penitentiary, man. The microwave. So you got cardinal sins in the pen, right? I talk about them all the time. No particular order, but you got cardinal sins. What's good, Kenz? Trucker here in Texas. Been listening to your videos. Keep them coming. Bernardo Gonzalez -Z4Z. What up, Bernardo? Truck drivers in the building. Dropping them loads. Dropping them big loads, man. Stay safe. I know the roads is getting crazy. I've been watching the news or whatever. Stay safe out there, Bernardo. I appreciate you chiming in, man. And I'm glad. See, I do it for you all. I do it for the truck drivers. I do it for the people that's working these long shifts. 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours, 10 hours, whatever. Because they say, Kenz, man, I ain't want to be here anyway, man. I was dragging, and then when I listened to one of your videos, and I was so inspired, and I was so hyped, not to hype myself up, because I'm not doing it. It's what the people saying. That I wanted to listen to another one. Next thing you know, I listened to 2 or 3 of your videos, my shift was over with. So I do it for you all. That's why I missed the 30 minutes or better. I could easily make 10, 12-minute videos, as I was previously stating, about why I don't make more videos a day. I have to be feeling it. I know I will make so much more money on YouTube, but I have to be feeling it. Money, I mean, I like money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, money's just one of them things to where I understand that you can't leave here with it. It's great to have it while you're here, but you can't leave here, with it. So when I'm feeling it, I do it. But I know that I need to do it more because people really want to hear from me. So I'm back in it, man. I got a little, not necessarily discouraged for a while, but I just, my heart is not always into it. So if my heart's not into it, I know that you all would know that my heart's not into it. So I don't post, man. But again, I appreciate y'all. Brother, roads are crazy. That's why we got cameras or cameras. Whatever the case may be, man. Y'all be careful on them roads, because I know that it ain't no joke, man. I left the No Jumper Live to come over here to kick it, man. I appreciate you, TB. You always do, man. You always do. Like I said, I got a video that I dropped about 15, 16 minutes ago. Y'all check it out, man. But as I was previously stating about the cardinal sins in prison, man. What's up, bro? Askins for life. Not asking, skins for life. The Redskins for life. We're going to have to talk about that because I am a Cowboys fan. But, nevertheless, we all got a right to like who we like. You know what I mean? But Bernardo Gonzalez said he's had 3 guns pulled on him to date. I believe it. Be careful out there, man. Definitely be careful. Skins for life says pause. Yeah, it's double pause right there. I let that slide. But what was I talking about? I was talking about something, so I done got old, man. Somebody remind me what I was about to say. But oh yeah, no, man. The cardinal sins in prison, man. Do not gamble. Again, this is no particular order. Do not gamble. Do not borrow. It's called loan, borrowing, and trading. Definitely don't steal. Don't tell on nobody. See no evil, hear no evil. You mind your business. Stay off the basketball court. These are things in prison that are very, very vital. These are the things. Baltimore's in the building. What's good, Baltimore? 10 acre 07. 07. These are the things that are very, very important and vital to listen to in prison, because they would instantly get you unalive. Another thing, touching somebody's food in the microwave is a no. I talked about it briefly in my video. It was a situation where a dude had some hot water, literally a bowl with hot water. He had warmed it up in the microwave for like 6 minutes. A lot of people don't understand that hot water reaches a boiling point. So once it gets so hot, it's just what it's going to be. It don't matter if you continue to warm it up for another 30 minutes. It's only going to get so hot. Warmed it up for 6 minutes. I think he had jumped on the phone or did something. So he sit in the microwave for like a minute. He came back, put it on another 6 minutes. And you got other individuals that are waiting to use the microphone. Check 1 2 1 2. Waiting to use the microwave in prison. He puts it back on for another 5 or 6 minutes. And he goes and gets distracted. He's doing something else. So the next person that's waiting on the microwave is just sitting there. He actually has some food. He don't know exactly who it is that's in the microwave, but he knows that it's water. You can see through and see that it's a bowl. He waits 2 or 3 minutes. Hey, microwave. That's what you say in prison. Microwave. Usually whoever's in the microwave, because it's easy to get distracted. Oh, yeah, my bad. They come and grab it out of the microwave. Here you go, bro. No problem, man. Prison is all about respect. So you got a lot of people that will respect you in prison. Don't stir at someone too long. Absolutely. We're going to get to that, William Smith, 3712. It's absolutely right. Don't stir at people too long. And so, dude comes back. And when he comes back, his bowl of hot water is sitting on top of the microwave. So he's like, man, who took my bowl out of the microwave? We in dorms. We not in cells. We in dorms. 50-man dorms. Nobody's saying, who took my bowl out of the microwave? Dude comes up. He's like, oh, yeah, man, I took it out, man. I had to put I think he was warming up some coffee or something like that. No, he actually had food. So he was warming up a noodle, some potatoes, or, something of the sorts. Why did you touch my bowl? He was like, bro, I sit at the microwave. You warmed it up twice. I sit here for, 3, 4, 5 minutes waiting on you to come back and get it out of the microwave, get your bowl out of the microwave. Like, I took it out. It's just water. It ain't like it's food. Dude grabs that bowl of hot water and throws it in the dude's face that took that bowl out of the microwave, man. Burned his whole face up, man. Can you imagine that? Somebody throwing hot, scalding water in your face? Oh, man, it was terrible, man. You don't touch nobody's food in the microwave. To us out here, it's just a small thing. It's like, yeah, but I ain't touched the food. I just grabbed the bowl and I just put it on top of the microwave, made sure that it had a lid on it, made sure. It doesn't matter. That's a respect thing in prison, man. You lose your life over that. Staring at somebody. You don't want to just be staring at people, man. I've seen a situation. William Smith, 3712, don't stare at people. I've seen a situation where dude was in a weight pile. You're going to see some gorillas in a weight pile, man. I'm talking about dudes that ain't no, they used to sell creatine back in the day, but your average individual is not on any sort of juice or any sort of supplements, pills, or anything that, like, strength is natural. Dude, military presses behind the neck, behind the head, 315. Like it ain't nothing. He's getting on the incline, bench pressing 315 for 10s on the incline. The flat bench, he's doing 345, 365 with his feet in the earth. Deadlifting 500. Squatting 500. You see some crazy things, like crazy strength. I seen a dude, man, was curling. Now, if you don't understand weights, then you may not necessarily follow me like that. But if you understand weights, dude was curling 2 1/4. Had the 45-pound bar with 2 45 plates on each side, and he's standing up curling it. Seen them sitting down doing it and standing up, curling 225, man. These is gorillas. You got to understand that when I first went to prison, you didn't have to work in prison. You didn't have to go to school. You want to sit around and work out 10 hours a day, guess what? By all means, go and do it. Now they make you work or go to school in most prisons. And so you're going to see action figures. That's why you don't let your woman work at a penitentiary. You don't let your woman work at a jail, but specifically a penitentiary. Why? Because you'll hear women say, I'm not looking at, they are inmates. No, they're men. They're people. They're regular people. And they study you. And so when you come to work and you and your dude, you and your husband or whatever, things are not going well, they sense that. They understand that, okay, she usually comes in smiling. She usually comes in walking this way. This is normally her demeanor. But something must be going on at home. Here it is. You've been working out for 12 years straight. But you came in the system at a young age, 17, 18 years old. So you ain't number 29, 30 years old, 31, 32. You ain't had no alcohol. You ain't had no drugs. You just been in the system, just banging, working out all day long. Push-ups, pull-ups, dips, burpees, body squats. That's just the calisthenics. We ain't even talking about running 3-4 miles a day. We ain't even talking about the weights before they took the weights off the yard. Some yards still have them, but the majority of the medium penitentiaries and above, they took the free weights off the yard. We ain't even talking about when it was weights on the yard. So you got gorillas, man. You got real life gorillas, man. And you got your wife working in the penitentiary. Not necessarily saying you got her working there, but she works there. And she's seeing these dudes, man, look like they stepped straight off the cover of a men's magazine or something. And they're sensing that she's not happy. They're sensing that something is wrong. Sensing that, I don't mean to overstep my boundaries. Let's say her name is Miss Jones. Miss Jones, I don't mean to overstep my boundary, but I don't know. It just seems like something is usually you come in here, you smiling. You know, you're going to keep it kind of minute in the beginning. Usually you come in here, you're smiling, you're laughing, you're joking. I just noticed the last couple weeks or so, man, you just been kind of, I don't know, man. I mean, you just don't let this penitentiary get to you. Don't let these, sometimes they'll bite. Oftentimes they bite. I done seen so many inmates bag, when I say bag, like get a female officer, nurses or whatever. I done seen them leave their husband or they dudes and get with the inmate. And when he get out, they get married. I done seen it. Gift of gab. They know what to say. You at home, you dealing with everyday pressures of life. You're not telling them they beautiful. You're not paying them no mind. You're not taking them out. You're not adhering to any of their concerns. It's just about bills and the kids, and I understand it. But when you don't take the time to take care of your woman, guess what? There's always somebody lurking. And inmates, man. And next thing you know, you got your wife bent over in the mop closet. Imagine that, your wife, I know you don't want to imagine it. Imagine your significant other, your wife, bent over in the mop closet and the inmate's behind her. Been locked up 12 years, so guess what? You know what time it is. She's going to come back. She wants more and more and more. And then after that, he got to doing all type of crazy stuff, bringing the bag in, cigarettes, the weed, you know what I mean, cell phones, the K2. Somebody saying something in the comment section, like, we hear it, Kenz. Somebody say we hear it, Kenz, just to make sure that, you know, we still online. This location is kind of iffy, so I try to make sure that everything is everything, because I do want to engage with the audience. Locked in, 10 acres, 07. Appreciate it, bro. Just want to make sure. Appreciate that, Bernardo. So yeah, don't let your woman work in no penitentiary. Now, if it's just a situation where, you know, y'all really need money, which who don't need money, and that's the only job she can get, but make it temporary, man. Working in penitentiaries, a woman will always see something that she likes. Vice versa. You a man and you working in a woman's prison. I've been to a woman's prison, as far as like, I had an outside, I was at a low-level camp, and so we used to go to Pee Wee Valley and drop off like mattresses. And we would get there, we'd go to the warehouse, drop off all the mattresses or whatever. And being that it's all women's prison, you're going to see probably 7, 8 women working in the warehouse, but you will see the yard and see all the women walking around, and they fine. Just because you're in prison, I think people lose focus and track. Just because an individual is in prison, that don't mean that they not fine. You got some beautiful women in prison, man. So just imagine if you're a man and you working in a woman's prison, you're going to see something that you like. Now, hopefully you strong enough to not indulge. Y'all double tap that screen for me. I only got 12 likes, man. I appreciate the likes that I got, but y'all double tap that screen. But, man, it's very, very difficult to do because you're going to definitely see something you like. So it's the same way with women. A little food for thought. Yo, I'm curious about your first time in. How did you avoid conflicts or letting somebody extort you? Well, my thing is this. This is my thing. Either you're a man or you're a mouse in prison. I wasn't the toughest dude. I wasn't going in there. I minded my business. I got into a couple of fights, skirmishes or whatever. But nobody ever really tried to extort me. You know, everybody, that don't happen to everybody. I know we watch these TV shows and now, don't get me wrong, it does happen. It definitely does happen. Especially, people will sit back. And oftentimes, when you get off the bus, they call it the Gray Goose in Kentucky. So you get off the Gray Goose, typically, people know which day the Gray Goose is coming. Maybe on a Thursday and a Tuesday or whatever. They looking, they watching, they just sitting back. And they seeing who you affiliate yourself with. Are you around people? Are you by yourself or whatever? Are you on the phone? Because it costs some money to get on the phone. Are you going to the store on a regular basis? So they're going to sit back and they're going to watch. Okay, this dude is always by himself. Okay, well, I see him with another dude, but the other dude, we don't know him. He looks like he ain't really, packing too much weight. So we're going to approach him. A lot of times when they approach you, they're going to try to, what's called a soft press. Fleece Johnson talks about this all the time. Shout out to Hustle Spirit 502, featuring Big Lee and Fleece Johnson. So a lot of times what they'll do, they'll try to soft press you. Meaning that, hey, bro, you going to the store? They don't even know you. You going to the store? Man, grab me a bag of them chips out there. You ain't thinking nothing of it. You got plenty of money. Okay. Get them a bag of chips. Next time you go to the store. Hey, bro, give me a bag of them chips and a honey bun. Next time you go to the store. So every time they watch the program, they know your schedule. They come knocking on your cell if you're in a cubicle area, which is like army barracks or whatever type of dorm. Hey, bro, you got a pack of tuna or something I can get in a noodle? They soft pressing you. You ain't really, you just giving it to them because you got plenty. But next thing you know, they want more and they want more and they want more. Then they're going to move in for the kill and take it. So you got to really, really be careful. Don't start that Jackie Harvard 1971 Steelers. Don't start that. I took the Steelers over Houston. Don't start that. Please don't. Please don't. But nevertheless, when they're soft pressing you, they just, trying to gauge what you're about. Fleece talks about it on his channel all the time, how he soft press people. He said it. I'm not saying he said it. I'm just repeating what he said. They might wrestle with you, try to get, see how strong you are or whatever. But really in their mind, they trying to figure out, can I overpower this dude? Fleece told a story before. And he talked about how there was an individual that he came to him and he wanted to borrow, some commissary. Prison commissary's money. You got noodles, you got chili, you got chips, you got honey buns, zoom zooms, wham whams, whatever. That equates to money in prison. Fleece Johnson was a store man, meaning that if you're the store man, you come to me. Say I'm I don't even want to use myself as an example. Say you go to Fleece as a store man, which he was. Fleece, let me get 3 noodles, 3 sodas, 3 honey buns. Okay, well, guess what? I need 5 noodles back, 5 sodas, and 5 honey buns back. When you gonna be able to pay this back? Well, it's a Friday night. You trying to get this for the weekend, or it's Saturday or whatever. Commissary's not open on the weekends. But money will be here. I give it back to you on Wednesday. Okay, cool. Wednesday comes. You don't have the money. Your money don't hit. When I say your money don't hit, back then it was money orders. People had to send money orders. Now they can just jump on the machine, and there's a machine that you jump on and use your credit card, debit card, whatever, and then 20 minutes you got the money. But back then it was postal money orders. Yo, 5 noodles, 5 honey buns, 5 sodas. Fleece is a play. When I say that it's a play, okay, well now you owe me 8 honey buns, 8 noodles, and 8 sodas because you missed your date. And I need this by Friday. Friday comes, your money still don't arrive. You getting on the phone, you panicking. Man, where's the money at, Mom? I owe this money out. I thought you was going to send it. I stopped at the store and I got you a money order. The store? What store? I went to Speedway. But Mom, I told you that it had to be a postal money order. It had to be from the post office. Well, I didn't think that it mattered, but I told you, Mom, I appreciate it, but it had to be from the post. You hear dudes on the phone, but it had to be from the post office. Well, it's already in the mail now. So guess what? Once it arrives to the institution, they're going to get the money order, determine that it's not a money order that is suitable, if you will. So guess what? They're going to send it back. Friday comes, you still ain't got that money for Fleece. 8 honey buns, 8 noodles, 8 sodas, but you only bought originally 3. Then it goes to, and you owe me 12 of each. Damn, Fleece, you gonna tax me like that? I mean, is it a problem? Is it a problem that, are we gonna have an issue? 3 or 4 more days goes past, the money order still ain't got there. By the time the money order gets there, the money order is not even enough to cover the taxation that Fleece done put on. It's not just Fleece, it's just how prison works. Where you owe me 24 noodles, 24 honey buns, and 24 sodas. Do we got a problem? Well, Fleece, I mean, 24 sodas is $12. 24 noodles is $12. 24 honey buns is about $20. So basically you're saying that I owe you what, 24, $44, but originally 3 noodles, probably 80 cents, 75 cents. 3 honey buns at the time was probably like $2.25. So that's $3. And 3 sodas, I probably only borrowed like $4.50, $5 from you. Now you telling me that I owe you $44. Yeah, that's what you owe me, nigga. That's what you owe me. Fleece Johnson was a gorilla. He was a giant in the Kentucky prisons, the penitentiary system. We knew about Fleece Johnson when I first started doing time. Man, this dude, like these stories that he tells, this is not exaggerated. This is not made up. I've been in the Kentucky prison systems. Your money order ain't nothing but $30. You owe Fleece $44. Now he's putting a bigger tax on it and a bigger tax. So he's going to keep you in debt. So you take him at $30. Now you don't got no money, but you still owe him $14 because you was only able to give him 30 out of the 44 that you owed him. But originally, like I said, you only borrowed $5 or $6 from me in the first place. The debt keeps accumulating. Look, bro, I mean, we're going to have to do something about this debt, man. Now you owe me $200 because you waiting on your next money order. Your people ain't sent the money order. You owe me $200, man. What we going to do about this? Because this debt is just going to keep rising and rising, and I need my money, man. I need my money. Look, Fleece, man. Well, I tell you what you can do, man. I tell you what you can do. We might be able to work on this debt, but you're going to have to move in the cell with me. Move in the cell with you? Yeah, you're gonna have to move in the cell with me. So if I move in the cell with you, everything will be cool. And we ain't talking about an average dude that, the average man ain't going for that. I'm just talking about a shaky dude, or dude that ain't really, you know, he don't want no conflict. He don't want no, yeah, move in the cell with me. This is before Eddyville went to the one-man cells. So you move in the cell with Fleece Johnson. Now you're in the cell with Fleece Johnson and you thinking, okay, everything's going to be straight or whatever. Fleece, man, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure you're good or whatever. Fleece ain't really made his move on you yet. At least you don't even understand that he's made his move on you yet. You want something to eat, man? Nah, Fleece, man, I already owe you, man. You in the cell with me now, man. Nah, you good, man. You smell like good chili cooking. You got the onions, you got the peppers, you got the cut up the potatoes, put it in chili, you got the crackers, you got the chips, the Doritos or whatever. That's the type of meals they make in prison. And you sitting there, you like, man, y'all double tap that screen, man, if you will, man. And so, here, let's get this weirdo out of here. Big Will, you out of here, bro. It's a prison channel, you weirdo. I wish I had Miss Pat here, my moderator. Y'all give me a chance, man. Y'all give me a second. I gotta get this weirdo out of here. People act like you're not supposed to talk about prison stuff. I don't talk about prison. I don't talk about worldly politics and all those things. It's not what I do, man. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not what I do. I talk about prison. It's a prison channel. So now every night Fleece is eating. Fleece, he's selling the cigarettes. He got the liquor. He's hosting the poker game. So his locker stay just, man, full. He got so many lockers full of food. They only give you so many lockers in prison, but you can have other people holding your stuff. So every night he's eating, he feeding dude. They doing stuff, walking the yard together, playing basketball. You know, Fleece is really trying to make his move. Back in the house like kitchen sinks. What's up, Isaac Haven? Is that Isaac Shaven? Chavez, my bad. Isaac Chavez, 6947. What's good, man? You know what I mean? What's good? And so he's making his move to make his move. Dante from the Dante Show Networks here. Dante, man, I don't even, bro, you tripping, man. I done hit you. I done left you my number 1,000 times on your, my number is 859-697-7676. I had broke my other phone, so I don't have your number. I've been trying to get it. I hired a Big Lee. I'm talking about Big Lee right now. 859-697-7676. That's my number, man. Holler at me, man. I've been trying to get at you. And so I'm talking about Fleece Johnson right now, you know what I mean? And he's just waiting to make his move. So Fleece goes on to talk about how he stages one. When I say that he stages one, meaning that when his cellie was out of the cell, he conjures up a plan. The cellie comes back in the cell, Fleece is going off. Man, what's up, man? All this I done for you. All of these things I done for you. Y'all double tap that screen, man. And you steal from me? So the dude's like, whoa, steal from you? What are you talking about, bro? I haven't stolen anything. I got 4 cans of chili gone, 8 noodles, 4 sodas, and 4 honey buns. And ain't nobody else been in my cell. Couldn't nobody else have taken it. Hey, man, you been way too good to me, Fleece. I'm going to tell you what, man. Get my stuff. Get my commissary. Bro, I didn't take your commissary. I've been at work all day. I've been in school. Look, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. Fleece already knows he can overpower the dude because they've been wrestling. They've been playing basketball. He know he's more physical. He knows he's, Fleece was just an absolute beast in the penitentiary. I got you, Dante. I got you. Dante knows about Fleece Johnson. Fleece Johnson was going to take a look at Dante. I got you, Dante. I just got it, man. I'm going to hit you up, bro. So, in case y'all don't know, Dante from the Dante Show Network, y'all check him out. A lot of y'all only here because of Dante from the Dante Show Network. And, of course, Jay Williams. But if for some reason you have been living under a rock in the YouTube world, y'all go check out Dante, man, aka Tay Don, my dog, man. And so Fleece is telling this dude, like, bro, you gonna give me my stuff. He knows that the dude don't have the money to pay him. Why, guess what? Guess what? Somebody's gonna die. I'm willing to die for mine. Somebody's gonna be unalived. Dude is not a prison gorilla. He's not a, Fleece been locked up at this point 12, 13 years. So, everybody knows him in the joint, in the penitentiary. Whoa, bro. Dude talking about being unalive. We don't need to go there as far as being unalive. So what I got to do? What you got to do, you tell me. See, Fleece is not going to come across like, no, I'm taking this. But as we all seen in MSNBC, it's the easy way, the hard way. Which way you want it, man? Which way do you want it? Next thing you know, him and Fleece, they doing their thing one time, and two times. Now they a couple. That's what you call something that starts off as a soft press. But at the end of the day, look what ended up happening, man. You became Fleece's boyfriend, man. That's crazy. These are the type of things that happen in prison, man. They're gonna sit back and they're gonna evaluate. So to answer your question in a long format, in a long form, they're gonna just sit back and watch. How do they know who to pick on? How do they know? Because as I just explained, they're gonna sit back and they're gonna watch you. There's strength in numbers, man. You can go to prison. Oftentimes people talk about, man, am I gonna fight? Will I have to fight when I go to prison? 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say yes. Can you go and not fight? Absolutely. Dante say salute, everybody. Just in case y'all didn't see it. Can you go to prison and not fight? Yeah, it's happened. But for the most part, man, you're gonna have to get down because there's always gonna be somebody that tries you. Always. You got savages in there. You got people people's not sending them no money. They don't have no support. They girls and family left them by the wayside. Left them to the point to where it's just like, man, it's a dog-eat-dog world. That's what prison is. So they see you going to the store every day, or once a week. Back then you could go once a week. Now you can go Monday through Friday. And you coming back with these big old bags. They give you these net bags in prison. Back then you could spend $125 a week, and they give you these bags, and you come back with the bag over your shoulder or whatever. And they seeing all these banquet chickens and chicken tenders and chips and Doritos, and which chips is Doritos technically, honey buns and all the great things, sausages, and they sitting in there with nothing, and you sitting around and you don't really have a crew with you. Nah, we got to have that, man. We got to have it, and they gonna run down on you. First time it might be, hey man, come up off that. It's 3 or 4 dudes. You don't want to come up off it, they're going to beat your face in. Then every time after that, they're going to run in your cell or your cube. I done seen people, they give you these foot lockers. Well, you got foot lockers in the pen, but like at Lee County, we have these lockers, and instead of like the tall lockers that are probably like the military lockers, probably 6 feet tall, maybe 6.5 feet. Well, they got these lockers at about half that size, probably about 3.5, 4 feet. Then I've seen people running people's cells, running people's cubicles. Is that a Bentley? Yeah, I wish. A Camry. Running people's cubicles and cells and grab the whole locker and run out, man. They put towels around their face. They put sheets around their face. Got their toboggans on, and they only do it for the camera. They don't care if you know who did it, but so that the camera won't see you. So that's what Dante and the Dante Show Network, man. That's what Dante and him and his crew, they was good at extorting people and running in and taking. I can say this now because we're not in prison. They was good at running in and come up off of it, man. Thing about Dante and his crew, man, he did have a little sentiment. He'd leave you. He wouldn't take all your stuff. So if you got $80 worth of commissary in there, he probably leave you $10. They ain't gonna let you starve. But some of them dudes, man, they don't have no fit. They coming in and they taking it. Dudes is running in the cell with knives. You can be as tough as you want to be. You got people that say, "Oh man, I wouldn't give them nothing. They just gonna have to kill me." Well, guess what? They will. They will. You got 4 dudes, YNs, young dudes, come in on you. 2 of them got knives. A couple of them got the socks with well, it's actually called the lock and the sock. And you in this little bitty cell by yourself. Some dudes run down on you. You gonna give it up, or they gonna stab you, or they gonna poke you up. I think I'd rather be poked, pause, double pause, triple pause. I think I'd rather be stabbed up and just hope that I live through it. That's easier said than done. But my reasoning for saying that is that, and to your point, Bernardo Gonzalez, when you defend yourself, it gets worse. Yeah, because if you defend yourself, you're gonna get stabbed up. However, you'll be respected for not just giving it up. Because if you give it up once, guess what? They're gonna continue to come in and take your bag. Nah, Dante, we out of prison now, but I'm saying you tell it on your channel. Dante had a crew, Extortion crew, and they come in and they taking. It's just what they did, man. They ain't never tried me, but guess what? Me and Dante was cool, but I'm sure that they probably would have. But I had like a little crew myself, but we wasn't on that. But I had a little crew myself, so it would have been a little bit, difficult, if you will, to do so. Not saying that it couldn't have been done. I'm not saying that. But, if Dante had a problem with you in prison, man, they was about 7, 8 deep. And that's nice numbers in prison, so, that's just what it was. But we was cool, man. Solid dude, man. Solid dude. Hey, Seuss, thanks for the consistency, Kenz. Your stories definitely helped me get through the shift. Peace and blessing. Man, thank you, bro. I appreciate you checking the stories out, man. That's what I do it for, man. The people. Trench's Truth said, "What up, Dante?" Call that nigga Taydon. We call him Taydon over here, my dog. Kenz, why did your celly delete ESPN? Wow, you remember that story? So I had a celly, right? So look, when they move you into the cell in prison, that is one of the most intimidating things, because when you move into the cell, this person, you don't even know this person. Now, if you take an individual like Dante, and I'm not picking on Dante because that's my dog, but when you move into Dante's cell, this dude, look, when you walk into the cell, right, this is not a normal cell. This dude's got the beads, the beads that hang from the ceiling or whatever. You walk through the second part of the cell, you got to walk through the beads. It's all, you got like the red light or whatever. You got the typewriter. We ain't have the laptops and all that. Then dude got a typewriter, got a cell phone, got people around him. He got the Persian rug. So you got to walk into this cell. This was Dante's cell. He got the Persian rug in his cell. And so absolutely, Dante. So look, when you walk into a person's cell, you don't know them, so they looking at you and they telling you like what the rules of the cell are. Okay, when you use the bathroom, do this. Some people try to tell you to sit down when you use the bathroom. What? I ain't never had nobody tell me that. I wouldn't have not listened to that. I'm sorry. I'm not sitting down when I got to use the bathroom. I'm just going to wipe the toilet off and make sure that they don't get on the seat or whatever. But you think you're going to tell me to sit down when I got to use the bathroom? No. But you got certain people that's the that's the rules of the cell. If you got to pass gas, you turn around this way. If you got to do this, you got to do that. Okay, cool. But you got this individual, and he tells me, say, look, man, you can watch my TV if I'm not here. If I'm here, obviously, you can watch it or whatever. But I'm going to tell you right off top, I don't watch no sports. looking at this dude like, what? I don't watch no sports. You don't watch no sports? What type of nigga is you? You don't watch no sports. I'm looking at the dude like, it's a big dude, man. This dude's probably, big dog was about 6'2". Dark-skinned dude had like a little baby fro. Reminded me of Cedric the Entertainer, but he was just, you know, he was big, he was bulky, man. Lifted a whole lot of weights, man. And I'm looking at him like, bro, you don't watch no sports. Now, my whole thing is I don't touch nobody's TV because they'll put you in a trick bag. They'll tell you can watch their TV and then tell you that, you know, about a week or so later that you broke the power button, especially if they see you getting some money in. Bro, you broke my TV, man. You owe me $200. What? Man, I ain't even touch your TV. Bro, do we got a problem? You owe me a new TV and I need $200 or it's going to be a major, major issue. Soft press, man. Whole lot of extortion that goes on in prison. So here it is, Monday Night Football. I'm sitting in the cell. My money ain't even hit yet, meaning that my people ain't found me yet. They ain't sent me no money. Y'all double tap that screen before I get mad, man, respectfully. And so Terry Brown said, Dante, what up? I'm sub to your channel just as well, man. And so anyway, man, it's Monday Night Football, man. I'm sitting in the cell. My money ain't came. I might have a noodle or something like that. This dude got a big old bowl of fried potatoes. He got the he got the pepper on the potatoes, the salt and pepper rather, ketchup, hot sauce. I think he was eating like some chicken tenders with the hot sauce and ranch dressing. And I'm just sitting there, man, like starving. He ain't offering me nothing. Not saying that he has to. But I'm sitting there and I'm starving, man. And he's watching motherfucking America's Funniest Videos or something crazy like that. And I'm looking at this dude like, dude, you know these Cowboys is playing these Redskins right now? Or these Giants? It was one of the games. But like he told me when I first came into the cell, I don't watch no sports. And this dude was a gorilla, man. He just didn't watch sports, man. Crazy, crazy people that you run across. Crazy situations. Crazy just... I can't fathom that. I can't fathom a person not watching no sport. Nothing. Monday Night Football's on. And we watching America's Funniest Videos. And he's laughing hysterically. And I'm looking at this dude like, man, I can't wait to get my... Because, you know, I knew eventually my people was going to find me. They was only going to let me suffer for so long. Eventually they found me. His money kind of slowed up because you got highs and lows in the pen. You got peaks. Sometimes, man, some days it's chicken, some days it's feathers. Something happened, his money didn't come or whatever. And I got my TV. Now I got my, you know, I got my food. And I'm sitting there, I'm laughing at my TV. But I'm watching whatever I want to watch. But me just being the individual that I am, plus we from the same, you know, space. Hey, man, you want some of these potatoes, bro? See, I'm not petty like that, man. You want some of these Doritos, man? You want some? That's just how I roll, man. You know what I mean? Kenz, can you do the I was afraid Signal 7 impression? I love when you do that. Well, the whole Signal 7 thing comes from the county jail. You know, you got these COs. You got these COs, not all COs, because you got some cool COs, but you got these COs that really act as though they tough, man. Now, some of them are. I done seen some COs that will definitely get with you. Let's not get it misconstrued. Oftentimes people think that I'm talking bad about the COs, but I'm only talking bad about COs that have a tendency to be, what do you call it, overzealous. Abusing their authority, abusing their power. Been to chow hall one day. Dude named Wireman. That was his name, Wireman. Looked like a racist. Wireman's about, I don't know, I can't give him 5'11", so I'm gonna say he's 6 foot. He got black hair, he got craters all over his face, probably weigh about 160, 165. And he talked like, I don't know, he just had a funny voice. Like, hey guys, you need to get in your unit. That's how he sound. Hey, kids, you need to get in your unit. I'm going to write you up. See, one of the most dangerous weapons in the penitentiary is a pen and pad, because them officers, if you really concerned with going home, most people are, they write you up. That could hinder you from going home. It's like, Warman. You guys think that I'm playing around with you? You better get back to your dorm. You better get back to your cell. So we're in the chow hall one day, and he's in the chow hall with Big Rogers. Big Rogers was about 6'3", 6'4", had to weigh about 350, 360. Belly sticking all out over his stomach or whatever. Little young punk. Wasn't number probably 27, 28. He got black hair. He got like the little chin strap, beard, fat face. And he thought he was so tough because he choked the dude out. Rogers literally choked the dude out in the pill call line. You go to pill call, like you gotta get your meds or whatever they call it, pill call. Dude was accused of cheating his meds, meaning that when you take your meds, you gotta open your mouth and they look to make sure you swallow it, because a lot of dudes, they'll cheat their meds, which they'll hide it under their tongue. Once they leave the pill call line, they'll take it, wrap it up or whatever, and they'll sell it. And people will still buy that medicine knowing that it's been in your mouth. Penitentiary, man. Roger suspected that he was doing so he's telling the dude, open your mouth. Dude's opening mouth. Open it more. The dude's opening his mouth more. Rogers ends up grabbing the dude up by his neck, chokes him out or whatever. Dude in a wheelchair, chokes him out. They suspended him like 2 days. So Rogers really thought that he was tough. He was, And Rogers, he just kind of had a soft voice, like, hey guys, I need you to get back to your dorm. But he tried to be masculine about it, but really he was soft. Hey guys, I need you to. So like I said, we was in the chow hall one day, man, and him and Wireman, two of the worst COs on the yard. It's like 8 degrees outside, 6 degrees outside. One of the rules when you get into the chow hall, you must immediately take your hat off, but it's so cold. It is so cold, you're not even thinking about taking your hat off, like you trying to warm up. Dudes walking, they got like the little towels around their face or whatever, because that wind is cutting you. Walks in the chow hall. Dude is getting himself together or whatever. He forgets to take his toboggan off. He just totally forgets. So Rogers is like, hey, you, come here. That's how them COs beat you. Like they hella fat. He's walking over to Rogers. He realizes, oh man, my hat. Takes his hat off, man. My bad, Rogers. He's trying to respect Rogers. My bad, Rogers, man. Shoot, man, it's so cold outside. I was just trying to warm up and get the snow and stuff off of me. I apologize, man. No, don't apologize now. So he takes the dude's toboggan. He's telling the dude, man, give me your toboggan. Give me your ID just as well. Hold on, my toboggan, man, it's freezing outside. No toboggans in the chow hall. I understand, Rogers, but you didn't even really give me an adequate enough time. I just walked in. I was just trying to get my affairs in order and, get myself together. Rogers is telling him, I don't care about none of that. Give me your ID. He's trying to write the man up. Dude that had enough. He's like, man, I ain't giving you my toboggan. You can have my ID. You ain't getting this toboggan. It's too cold outside. It's a nice little distance from the dorm to the chow hall. Rogers gets to talking all that tough stuff. He gets to talking all of that, because his head is hyped up because he done choked the man out that was in a wheelchair, as I previously mentioned. They get to going back and forth. Rogers tells him, you think I care about this badge? It's one of the favorite things the COs talk about. And this is how he's talking. Talking like some bitch. You think I care about this badge? Huh? Takes his badge off. You take your badge off as a CO, you challenging an inmate. You done took your badge off. So you are no longer an officer at that point. So the dude was like, you know what, man? Today's the day, big boy. You can get me. You can get me today. You selling wolf cookies? Well, guess what? I'm buying. He gets aggressive towards Rogers. They getting ready to fight. He runs up on Rogers. Rogers runs around the table, grabs his panic button. It's a radio, but we call it the panic button. They got like a little red button on it. He grabs the button. Signal 7 in the chow hall. Signal 7 in the chow hall. And that's exactly how it sounds. So whenever I do the signal 7, I'm typically mimicking officers that act as though they so tough, and then when it's time to hit the fan, guess what? You're not as tough as you proclaim to be. Signal 7 in the chow hall. Signal 7 in the chow hall. That means that all officers, despite what you may be doing, stop what you're doing and get here. Not now, but right now. Because it's a signal 7. It's immediate violence. And somebody's about to get their wig split if they haven't already got their wig split. So that's the story behind the whole signal 7. It's square up. Yeah, it's time to square up, man. Square up in the penitentiary, square up on the streets, whatever. Square up, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. There's a story about an individual that he was in the child hall line. He's chilling, man. He's chilling. This first thing in the morning, man. They feed you early in prison, like this particular time. I don't know. It's about 6 in the morning, man. And a dude black. Black's from Louisville. Shout out to the Ville, 502, man. And Black's in the chow hall line, man, and there was another dude that was like a couple spots ahead of him. Dude gets to talking crazy to Black. I don't really know exactly what the issue was, but he gets to talking crazy to Black. Now, Black is about 5'11", man, so you know that he's not to be messed with. He's 5'11", man. Dark-skinned dude, obviously. They call him Black. Got the little starter dreads or whatever. Pearly white, straight teeth. Pause. Not like I'm looking at another man's teeth, but you can just see. Worked out all the time. Probably weighed about 185, 190. It's cool. Didn't even bother nobody. As I mentioned, I don't know what the issue was. The next thing you know, you see the dude. He's going off. Now the dude, he's probably about 6'2", 6'3". Caramel complected dude. He got like the little dreads, 2 little starter dreads. Got he had a beard, tattoos everywhere. He looked like he from the streets, man. He's talking so crazy to Black, pointing in his face. I do this to you, I do that. You know, bitch ass nigga. He's talking crazy to Black. Now, Black is like close to parole at this time. He had already been up for parole. He got denied. It's called a deferment. So he was close to going back up for parole. Part of his stipulations, not to come back with any write-ups. Nobody really knows what it's about because it just kind of sparked out of nowhere. Black is just looking at him. And I don't want no smoke, bro. That's what I thought. People take your kindness for weakness in real life and in prison too. That's what I thought, nigga. Bitch ass nigga. So he's talking crazy to him. I got you, Stefan Williams. Is it Stefan or Steven? I think it's Stefan, man. You want to know about the print checker? We're going to talk about getting print checked too in prison. But let me get back to Black, if you will. Black goes in the cell afterwards. Nothing ended up happening. People's looking around. Ooh. I think dude's name was Duncan. Call him D. D, check Black, man. D, check Black. Black couldn't sleep well at night. Black thought about all the things, the egregious things that D said to him. And as I mentioned, it just didn't sit well now, man. I can't deal with that. First thing in the morning, call child. This particular juncture, Black didn't even have his shoes on. He had his sliders on, his flip-flops, shower shoes, what they call them in prison. Dude had his boots on and everything. Next morning, the situation, the tide had turned. For whatever reason, dude had his shower shoes on. And Black had his state boots on. They give you state boots in prison. They call them Bob Barkers. He's ready for war. Black was ready to for war. He ain't even slept all night. He's listening to his CD play all night. He's getting hyped. Bitch ass nigga thought he was gonna talk to me like that. talk to me like that? I got something for him. But he didn't say nothing. There's a stand that you put your, it's like a cart. You put your food on after you get your food. Like after you eat your food or whatever, you put your tray on, rather, not your food. You put your tray on the cart. Dude was in line. Black grabbed one of them trays. And prison trays are thick. They probably about 3 inches thick, man. Like they weapons. He grabbed one of them empty carts, one of them empty trays. Walks up to D. Boom! Hit him in the back of the head. Now I don't necessarily want to say who I seen do this, but there's somebody on this line or somebody that's on this live that I seen personally do this. But we're not gonna say their names. Hit the dude in the back of the head with that prison tray. Boom! When he hit him, dude never even seen it coming, so he immediately grabs his head, retreats, hits him again. Boom! He falls to the ground. Violence in prison, man. And he's on the ground. He don't even know what hit him. You thought you was gonna talk to me all silly? Huh? Bitch ass nigga. Boom! 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 He's hitting him with this tray, but dude's covering up, right? So he's hitting him wherever he could hit him, at his legs, his knees, whatever. There was a table. He climbs up, he retreats under the table. When he retreats under the table, Black, nah, don't run now. Don't run. He grabs him by his legs, pulls him back out. He had laid the tray on the table. Boom! Boom, he's hitting him. Now, what I failed to mention to you all was that the morning prior, when he wanted to fight Black, and Black wasn't afraid, but he just didn't, he wasn't really trying to go there. He kept telling Black, square up. Square up. You want me, nigga, square up. That's what he kept saying. You want me, nigga, square up. Again, square up means put him up. Let's throw. Now the tables are turned. The tide is turned. Black's hitting him with the tray, and all you kept hearing was, square up. That's where square up comes from. T-shirts coming soon. Square up. You think I'm playing? Square up. Boom. Square up, nigga. Boom. 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 That's all you heard was just boom. Boom. He's beating the brakes off of him with this prison tray. Again, a prison tray is about 3 inches. Man, dude was bloody. For about 2 weeks after that, all I heard in the middle of my sleeping night was square up, square up, baby. Boom, bitch ass nigga. How you think I'm playing? Boom, boom. So he's hitting him with the tray. So the CEOs come, signal 7 in Charles, signal 7 in Charles. They frantic, they run in or whatever. It's about 4 or 5 of them. They run in. Hey, Black, put it down, put the tray down. Nah, this bitch ass nigga keep running on the table. He keeps dragging him out every time he runs on the table. Dude's grabbing the legs of the table so Black couldn't drag him out. Nah, man, square up. Square up. Boom! So he's hitting him. So the officer's telling him, man, put the weapon down. They get to talking like they real police. A lot of COs, they think the subject has been apprehended. The subject has been apprehended. They really act as though they police for real. So they try to use the police lingo. Signal 7 in Charles, signal 7. They didn't call signal 7 about 7, 8 times. Black won't put the tray down. Dude runs towards Black. Black tells him, hey, I'm gonna tell you. You spray me with that mace, because he got the mace out. They carry mace in prison. Look like a fire extinguisher's on your hip. But it's really not. It is mace. If you spray me with that mace, I'm going to beat your ass. Black finally puts the tray down. When he puts the tray down, dude sprays him in the face with the mace. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Black ends up, I'm not going to say he whooped off, so he could have. He just kind of roughed him up, threw him around, or tossed him around. Black ends up getting the write-up. They don't give him an outside case because he didn't actually punch him, but they end up giving him, he didn't make parole next time he went back up. Sent him to a higher level prison. And he ended up doing probably, I think he did 4 months in the hole. I think he was supposed to do 6 months, but he did 4 months in the hole. So that's where the whole square up thing comes in at. Because the dude was telling, once again, Black to square up. So Black had the upper hand on him. He's telling him, square up. Square up! It wasn't a game, man. The things that you see in prison. When it comes to the print checker, and I've told this story a couple times, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna make it fast with this particular story or whatever. What you got to do, man? Big Tim, man. Big Tim was in love with a transgender on the prison yard. He's in love with the transgender, but the transgender got tired of fooling with him or whatever and fell in love with another individual. Big Tim, man, he was probably, I don't know, 30 years old at the time. Been locked up the majority of his life. Looked like Damon on Friday. Yeah, he looked like he was big like that. Well. What we have here? Craig and Day Day. Been a long time. Give a nigga a hug. Yeah, he looked like Damon. He's in love with, like I said, the transgender, respectfully. Transgender ended up going to somebody else, so now it's a problem on the yard because these two, Big Tim's a black dude, the other dude kind of built not quite like Big Tim, but he's about the same height, about 6'2", 6'3". He a big dude too, white dude. He cut up, tattoos. Matter of fact, he was probably just a little bit taller, and he was barring none, meaning that he wasn't afraid whatsoever. Word on the yard, man, they gonna fight eventually. No, back in the day when I used to watch wrestling back in the day, the loser leave town match. Meaning if you lost, you gotta leave town. Then you wouldn't see the wrestler. He probably on vacation or somewhere or in the hospital having surgery or dealing with family matters, and then all of a sudden about a month later he's back in town. Well, it wasn't quite to that capacity, but you knew that the loser, it wasn't gonna bode well for him. They were essentially supposed to fight over the love of their lives. Their life. Is it their life or their lives? You all get the gist of what I'm trying to say, man. Y'all rock with me, man. I'm having fun. And so, before it actually went down, the transgender went and she checked in. I'm afraid for my life. I need to go. Checked off the yard. Checked off the yard, meaning that went to the hole, eventually got transferred to another prison. Kind of died down between the two at that point. They never really did, fight or whatever. But the Big Tim, he kind of lost it after that, man. So you can't always get a hold of weed in the penitentiary, but what's, readily available, to say the least, or what's easily accessible to you is that K2. That spiggity, that's what they call it, the spiggity, the spice. Dude's making all type of money. You take a cap that goes on like chapstick, and you pack it in. And for y'all that don't know what that K2 looks like, it looks like a seasoning. Selling a cap full for $100. Dudes is making big money. I never tried the K2, and I never would want to try it because I see how it makes people react. I done seen dudes take their clothes off, just get to stripping, get to running around the yard, hallucinating, talking about they're gonna jump off the tier. Like it makes you, from what I've been able to observe, it makes you hallucinate. Well, Big Tim, something that I've never seen before, we in the chow hall one day. Big Tim never really came in the chow hall because his people, man, they took good care of him, so he never ate in the chow hall, meaning he ate out of his locker. His people send him $150 a week. You don't gotta go to the commissary, you getting $150 a week in the pen. Y'all get my next question on deck, man. Y'all get my next question on deck. I seen him walk in the chow hall and he got these dark glasses on. He always walked around, particularly in the summertime, with these dark glasses on. So I'm sitting there, I'm talking to my partner or whatever. We ain't thinking nothing about it. I seen him. Kind of like seeing a ghost when I seen him, but I ain't. He must be here for some business. Again, in prison, man. You mind your own business, man. See no evil, you hear no evil. I hear dudes just out of, like, I'm facing forward, but I hear dudes like, hey, come on, man, come on. Where you going through, bro? And I turn around, me and my partner, everybody, we turn around, and we see Big Tim just randomly walking up to people. Just randomly walking up to people in the chow hall, because the chow hall line is always long. And he's going up to people and he's grabbing they crotch. They print check, nigga. And dudes is looking at him like, what is wrong with you? And then he'll walk, 3, 4, 5 other spots up. 3 or 4 spots up, and he grabs another print check, nigga. No, the dude is in the chow hall in prison because he's high off the spice, and he's really pressed out because the love of his life has transferred, and he's print checking dudes, man. I want y'all to imagine something. I want y'all to go back and watch the story of Big Tim if you haven't watched it already. Can you imagine? If you're at the grocery store, you're at the gas station, you at the mall, you just out with your people, or you just kicking it by yourself, wherever you may be, and somebody just runs up on you and grabs your print, talking about print check, nigga. Hey, man, that was the craziest thing. So me and my dog, we grab a fork. I'm like, man, if he come over here trying to print check us, dog, we going in on him, man. Not that I'm big and bad and I'm bold, because Big Tim, he kind of, he kind of took to me or whatever. Luckily, he walked right past us. They catch it on the camera. They come in. Signal 7 in the chow hall. Signal 7 in the chow hall. Because a couple of dudes was like, they wasn't going, man. You ain't print checking me. So a couple of dudes, they got down. They was, they was throwing. COs came in. They had a hard time. They really had a hard time because, like I said, Big Tim was a gorilla or whatever, and they couldn't really handle him or whatever, man. And that was so crazy. To see another grown man walking up to other grown men, just grabbing them by their prints and talking about, and he's looking at them seriously like, print check, nigga. You know what it is? Like, as though it's like, okay, this is normal. Crazy. Crazy things you see in the penitentiary. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was nervous I'm like, nah, please don't let this dude come over and try to print check me, because I ain't trying to catch no case by stabbing nobody. But I would have had a very good case on my hand. But who wants to go through that? They're gonna take you to the hole. You're gonna be in the hole pending investigation or until further notice or whatever. So it's just like, nah, man. But I did not want to get print checked, man. You do not want to get print check. Plus, when he's doing it, he ain't just, he's, what I'm saying? Print check, nigga. Ooh, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about that, man. Hey, Lane. What's up at Lane Cox 1200? Just got in from work and I'm tired. I'm going to stay up because your stories keep me laughing. Hey, man. I'm saying, man, like, there's some characters in prison. There's definitely some characters in prison. April 50818, Big Kenz checking in from the 502. What's good, 502? Louisville. Appreciate you chiming in. I'll be seeing your comments on my videos. I definitely appreciate you. I like your glasses, Kenz, and Lane Cox 12. Yeah, thank you. These are the love shades. You know what I mean? These are the love. I got a bunch of different colors or whatnot, and everything's about love. So I say, you know what, man? In the majority of my videos, I'm gonna start rocking the love shades. First time I've ever caught a live since I've been following you. Yeah, I gotta do better. I gotta do better on my lives. I rarely go live, and then when I do, it's really no announcements. I just kind of, pop up and go live or whatever. But I definitely appreciate you. Another story that I'm gonna tell y'all, man, is about and I've talked about him just as well, but I always talk about these gorillas in prison, man. I talk about these dudes that just sit around lifting weights for 15, 18 years straight, man. And you had a dude, he's a lot older than me, but he's known throughout the Department of Corrections, man. Big Rufus, man. Big Rufus, man. Some of y'all heard some of my stories about Big Rufus, but Big Rufus, man, this dude was a beast. But he comes across as a gentleman. Dude's about, Fleece Johnson described him, said he was about 6'5", 6'6", 280. I don't think he was quite that big, but he looks that big. Maybe about 6'4", 250, 260. Dude was a beast, man. I'm talking about his arms was so big. His forearms was bigger than a lot of dudes' biceps, man. Had like a little baby fro, caramel complected dude. But the dude came across it, baby face. He loved white boys, man. White boys in prison, that was his preference. He catch you coming off the Grey Goose off the bus. He's gonna study you for a little bit to see if you in with somebody or whatever, in with a crew. He was a store man. Anything you needed, come holler at him. Same way Fleece Johnson was a store man. Need 3 noodles, give me 5 back. You need 5 noodles, give me 8 back. And so on and so on. Little white dude, man, came to him. He's been warned, don't go to the store, man. Don't borrow from anybody in prison. But again, man, when the commissary shuts down on Friday, you got to wait until until Monday or Tuesday, whenever your store, because they used to give you store days. Meaning your store day might be Tuesday or Wednesday. It's Friday, your money ain't arrived yet. You waiting on your money to come. You got to go see the store, man, or you gonna starve, man. What about Big Rufus? I'm talking about Big Rufus right now. So you got to wait for the store day to come, and they tell you, man, avoid Big Rufus, man. Avoid just borrowing anything from anybody in prison, because it's all a trick. It's all a trick to get you in debt, and you're gonna have to keep paying back more and more and more. Big Rufus was a gorilla, but when you heard him talk, hey man, hey, how you doing, man? They call me Rufus. I don't even think he said Big Rufus. They call me Rufus. Anything you need, zoom zooms, wham whams. I got the, whatever you need off the commissary, I got it. Till your money gets here, come holler at me, Big Rufus. And so I just clearly said he didn't refer to himself by Big Rufus, but everybody else did. So we're just gonna go by Big Rufus, man. You trying to avoid it. Looking at, smelling all this food that's being cooked, you looking at it. Ah, man, I got to go holler at Big Rufus, man. Because you got a different store, man, maybe on each, individual tier or walk that you on. Big Rufus in a cell. Yeah, come on in. Hey, Big Rufus. Little Josh. Hey, Big Rufus. He talk like Big Rufus. Hey, Big Rufus, you say you run a store? Yeah, come on in and get whatever you want. He opens his locker. He got everything, anything that you can imagine. Dude gets about $15, $20 worth of stuff. Yeah, my mom, man, she sent my money order. It'll be here, within the next few days or whatever. No problem. Big Rufus, Rufus understands. He referred to himself, third party. Williams is silly. Rufus understands, whenever your money gets here, we'll work it out. We get it situated. Big Rufus is looking at the dude like, okay, I can work with you. But Josh is young, probably ain't nothing but 24, 20. I say he's about 25. He too has a little chin strap, a beard or whatever. Look real innocent. Like he shouldn't even be in prison. A few days later, he gets his money, goes to the commissary, knocks on the door. Yeah, hey, Big Rufus. I got everything that, here's your money. Come on in. Big Rufus tells him, come on in the cell. See, the cells in prison, it's not like on TV where you got the bars. Now, certain cells are, like Eddyville or whatever, but typically a penitentiary cell is they're just doors. So when you go in and out of your cell, you got a key, unlock the door or whatever. Yeah, come on in. He's pouring everything out on the bed that he owes Big Rufus. All the noodles, all the sodas, all the, just everything that he borrowed. Here you go, Big Rufus. Plus, I even got you a little extra, zoom zooms, wham whams, or whatever. I got you a little extra. Thanks, Big Rufus. I'm out of here, man. If I need you again, man, I'm going to come back and holler at you. Thank you. Now, hold on. Can't really tell the two because, like I said, they sound very, very similar. Hold on just a second. Yo, what up, Big Rufus? What's going on? Dude really feeling good about himself. He done got his money. He done his locker stacked. He done paid Big Rufus back. What is all of this? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? What do you mean? You got all of my stuff. I mean, Big Rufus, I'm you know, he gets his voice. I'm just saying, I got everything that you need. I got your, you know, your Zoom Zooms, your Wham Whams. I got your sodas. I got your noodles. I got your cakes. See, Big Rufus, these ain't the type of cakes that Rufus wanted back. Hold on, Big Rufus. I'm not down with that, man. I got everything, plus I gave you extra. These ain't the type of cakes that Rufus wants back. Next thing you know, see Josh, he done cut all the facial hair off. He's in a cell with Big Rufus, man. Big Rufus done moved him into the cell. They only have one-man cells at Eddyville and Kentucky penitentiaries. Everything else is two-man cells. He got soft press. He got tricked. You see, a lot of times, man, you know, when you all hear these stories about booty bandits and back in the day, it's not like back in the day when Fast Eddie was doing time. Now, they're going to finesse you out of your draws now. But they're not going to try everybody. But the people that they feel as though that they can finesse, they're going to finesse you out of it. Get you in debt. Have you thinking that you owe something. Have you thinking, as I mentioned earlier, that you broke their television after voluntarily saying you can use my TV. Have you thinking that you stole, not thinking, but trying to, well, blatantly not trying to accuse you of stealing something out of their locker, knowing that you didn't do these things because they're trying to soft press you. So that they can come back and say, man, I didn't take it. He volunteered. Well, I mean, you didn't sit up here and told me that if I didn't give it to you, you was going, one of us is not going to make it out of here tonight. Well, guess what? One of us just not going to make it out of here tonight. I'm not giving you nothing. But that's just me. Y'all rock with me. See, Fast Eddie. Back in the day, Fast Eddie, man, he ain't going to ask no game. He ain't going to play no games with you. Fast Eddie, white dude, probably 6'2", 6'3", had a big old stomach, big old hands, tattoos on his forearm. Man, he had done a whole lot of time. And Big Eddie was a known booty bandit, man, but he had respect on the yard. See, a lot of the booty bandits, they got respect on the yard, man. Just because they like what they like don't mean that they not, you know, good with these. Fast Eddie, he'll just catch you, man. He gonna walk right up to you, whether he gonna sneak you or he might just walk right up to you, whatever, but it's kind of hard for him to just walk right up to you because you know that he's coming. So he might be standing in the cut. He might be ducked down behind the door or behind the wall, whatever. As soon as you come around the corner or you go in the shower, whatever, boom, he gonna knock you straight out. He gonna knock you out, pull your pants down, and go to work on you, man. And, you know, I don't really like talking about that, but that's just the truth of the matter, man. He gonna pull your pants down. He gonna pleasure you, and that was his pleasure. Fast Eddie, man, was known for knocking you out and just taking it wherever. He gonna come in your cell. He gonna drag you in his cell, whatever the case may be. Fast Eddie. And then, you know, you really got some effed up people in prison, man. You really got some effed up people in prison, man. You know, it trips me out when I hear these young dudes talking about, man, that ain't gonna happen to me, man. My dudes is up in there, man. My niggas is up in there. Yeah, but see, you don't know if you're gonna be sent to them. See, you don't know what type of case you gonna have. You catch a federal case and you way in Seattle or some Timbuktu somewhere, guess what? Your dudes ain't gonna be there. You in Seattle and it's 3 people on the whole yard from Kentucky. And that's part of your car, part of your region. You know, they're gonna go by, okay, it might be Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, Ohio, whatever, because that's your region. Them ain't your dudes. You don't really know them. You just riding with them. They riding with you, but you don't really know them, man. I'm just saying. Prison is dangerous, man. Stay up out of there. Get yourself a trade. Get yourself a skill while you're out here on the street. You don't gotta go to prison to send a copy of your GED home. Mama, I got my GED. Okay, I'm proud of you, son. But in her mind, she's thinking, I mean, but damn, did you have to get a 40-year sentence? Come to prison to get a GED? You could have done that on the streets. Your baby mama's not riding for 40 years, man. She's just not. Your partners, they're not riding. You know, they might ride in the beginning, you know, In the very beginning, they might rock with you, whatever, see some money, you know, holler at you, whatever, answer your phone calls. But after so long, it's over. Your people start to pass away. You know, it's just a terrible thing, man. Stay out here with your family. Stay out here with your loved ones, with your friends, and all the things that, you know, people trip me out because they say they don't want to work a job out here. They don't want to work a job out here, but will go in there and work. You know how much money you make in Kentucky prisons? Roughly $27, $28 a month. You got to work 5 days a week. You got to listen to these punk-ass COs talk to you all reckless, silly. You got people that's not even part of the prison but work for like Airmark. They handle the food and, you know, things of that nature. And they come in and they talk to these inmates, us inmates when I was an inmate. They talk to you so reckless. As soon as you get aggressive, as soon as you say something back to them, and signal 7, but you was just tough just a second ago. And you have to deal with this for $26, $27 a month. Then they got certain jobs in the pen that, you know, special jobs, or you might be on work road detail, whatever. You picking up trash and cans on the side of the roads, but you got to be low level to do that. Picking up dead, you know, roadside and all these things. And you might make $120 a month. But it's so much bootlicking that goes on. I had a couple of those jobs before, but I never really, you know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't my thing, man, because they want you to work. As soon as you get in there, they want you to pick up a broom or a mop if you're at the warehouse or something like that, and work the whole time because you make $120, $140 a month, because there's so many people that's on the waiting list to get that job, and it never just boded well for me. Got a whole lot of bootlickers in prison, man. Won't work on the street, but they come into prison and for $120, $140 a month, because they don't have anybody sending them money or whatever, they gonna work their tails off. Tell on you. Not all of them. I'm not saying all of them. Like I said, I done had one of them jobs. I ain't do no bootlicking. I just applied, and a couple people I knew worked there already, so they, hey man, my dude, he's a good dude or whatever. And I ended up getting a job there. But when I got there, it just made me sick, like, just seeing, like, how a lot of these dudes were. Like, are you for real, man? A whole lot of tap dancing, a whole lot of yes sir, no sir, Mr. Johnson. A whole lot of Steven from Django. You gonna let him sleep in the big house? A whole lot of that going on. You gonna let him sleep in the big house? These inmates, man, like, dude, you on their side? I'm working at KCI, Kentucky Correctional Industries. It's in Frankfort, Kentucky, 502. And so, Narada Simmons, I'm proud of you, Kenz. You're a real legend. Thank you. I'm not sure if I'm a legend, but I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm working at KCI. They come and pick us up in the mornings at about 7 o'clock. We get on a van. It's about no more than 20 of us. Typically about 16, 17, 18 of us. We get to Frankfurt. That's 22 minutes away. I had it timed because I would go to sleep every time. I hated that job. I understand that I was the one that applied for the job. But when I got there and I seen all the bootlicking that went on, I was just like, oh my God, hated it, dreaded it every day. They used to tell me, they used to be like, man, you the coldest we ever seen do it. I'd be like, what? They'd be like, man, you miss work at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and you don't get fired. I'm like, shoot, man, I strategically sign up for these classes. When you sign up for your classes, that, you know, that's gonna outweigh, it takes preference over going to work. Hated it. Come back in at about 3:30. Now, what KCI consisted of, they made furniture for all the state offices. Chairs, the desk, and they would build the state, right? Coldest hustle, one of the coldest hustles I ever seen. KCI would bill the state. So I'm looking at these invoices. A desk, $1,400, $1,500. But they ain't paying the inmates nothing but $120 a month, and then we would see the materials. And I'm like, whoa. They're essentially just paying for the materials. Because again, they ain't paying us nothing but $120, $140 a month. So they are making a killing. We go out to these different state buildings or whatever. Once the furniture was assembled, and deliver the furniture, take the old furniture and drop it off. I forgot where we dropped it off at. So they take the old furniture, drop that off, and then they would sell that. Employees would have the first dibs on the furniture. And they would do this like once a year, once every 2 years. And I'm like, this whole thing is just a big money. Like, they should probably be in prison, not us. If you was one of the real bootlickers you got on a truck that stayed out until 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, you didn't necessarily have to be a bootlicker to get on them trucks, because like, you a big strong dude, they want you, you know, on that truck. It might be 5 of them. You get to eat Wendy's and McDonald's and all that good stuff. But me, I rarely made the truck, and I was okay with it. And so we came back to the prison one day. I'm watching this truck behind me, you all, so I'm always aware of my surroundings. This is nothing new. This truck, like the place where I park at, you know, like a business. So they have trucks that pull up, but I can't see, so I'm gonna move on down because he got his lights on. I can't see. So it'd be nice to see. I can't see, you can't see. All the fucking matters is the horse can see. That's a raid. Yeah, I will just break out in a movie script or a movie scene at any given time. And so we arrive back to the prison, and when we arrive back to the prison, we have to go to the visitation room. When we go to the visitation room, that's where we go and you know, they strip search us or whatever. A lot of times we have a cool officer. They don't even really make us strip. This particular day, they had gotten a report that cigarettes was being smuggled in. They had a bucket. They literally had a bucket with a bag inside of the bucket and like a little portable toilet seat. They was making everybody sit on this toilet seat and use the bathroom, and you would have to sit there until you went. The officer would look in the bag, you know, had gloves on or whatever. So the officer would look in the bag, make sure that you wasn't smuggling anything or whatever, and then you could go back to your cell. Came my turn. Man, I ain't sitting on that toilet, man. Are you gonna sit on this toilet? Are you gonna lose your job, by God? Man, I don't care what job. I don't want the job anyway. I'm not sitting on this toilet. This ain't even, you know what I mean? How's this even legal? This is not even sanitary. Like, you having people, y'all not even, they got like some little spray or whatever that they spraying the seat with. And I'm like, man, I'm not sitting on that. Are you refusing a direct order? Man, you call it whatever you want to call it. I'm not sitting on this toilet seat. They lock me up. How they lock you up, Kenz? You're already locked up. Meaning they tell you put your hands behind your back. They take you to the hole with a write-up. Refusing a direct order. I'm in the hole. Miss Burns comes up there. Miss Burns is like, man, she had saved me a couple times. The time she had became a sergeant. I used to call her Queen Bee. She's beautiful, light skinned, probably about, I don't know, about 5'9", 5'10". Oh man, Miss Burns, man, I love me some Miss Burns at the time, but I never really shot my shot at her because, you know, she was very serious about her job, and I figured I'll see you on the outside. She's from Lexington just as well, man. So I figured I'd catch you later or whatever. People could tell that she kind of took to me a little bit, and I definitely was feeling her. She sees me in the hole, whatever. I tell her what happened. She was like, they did what? Like, yeah, man, they tried to make me sit on the toilet seat or whatever, and I was about to go up for parole. I had maybe 2 months before it was time for me to go up for parole. I did not need a write-up. But I wasn't sitting on that toilet seat, man. It just wasn't going to happen. Miss Burns, as I mentioned, she tells me she'll be right back. She comes back in about 10 minutes. Lets me out of the hole, man. Going back to your dorm, man. I'm good. Yeah, you good. Going back to your dorm, man. Them officers, they got in trouble or whatever. You can't just make somebody sit. Yeah, they'll try. They call it, in prison, a lot of times they'll stick you in a cell if they suspecting you of, smuggling something in, and they call it dry cell. They'll dry cell you. They got cameras in a cell, and you're going to sit in the cell until you use the bathroom, and you can't flush the toilet. And they watching you on the camera. So you use the bathroom, the toilet, they're going to see, and they're going to come in there, and whatever you had keistered up inside of you, which is absolutely gross. I never keistered nothing. Then they're going to see it, and they're going to write you up. It's type of military mind games that they play in the pen, man. You know what I mean? Absolutely, April. Absolutely. Shout out to Miss Burns. And I just seen Miss Burns. That's what's so crazy. I just seen her maybe a month ago. She came into the store. She was ordering some pizza or whatever for, I guess, the crew or whatever at a job. And she's still cool, man. She's cool as a fan. But yeah, she saved me. See, you got some cool COs in there. That's why I say, man, my disdain is not for every CO. It's just for the ones that have a problem, that just don't like inmates and just talk crazy to inmates. Like Warman, the one that I was talking about earlier, they got the craters on his face, and man, he got his whole jaw broke. They kept telling him, Warman, you can't touch the inmates when they're asleep. Tap the bunk, tap they rack, tap they, the mat or whatever, but you can't put your hands on them. And Warman kept putting his hands on this dude. Warman thought he was bigger than the program. He kept putting his hands like, hey, man, wake up. Whatever reason he was waking him up, wake up. Dude would jump out of his sleep like, hey, man, please, just hit my rack, hit my bunk. I'm not responsible for what I do when you wake me up out of my sleep like that. Warman just kept on. Again, Warman thought he was real special. Dude woke up one morning, kicked Warman in the face, kicked him in his face, jumped off his bunk because he was in the top bunk. Hit Warman in his jaw, broke his whole jaw, man. Dude ended up getting an extra 2 years, I think. An extra 2 years and a year in the hole for that. Warman was thrilled. He was thrilled about having that broken jaw. Why? Because he got an inmate to trick off some of his time, man. I know oftentimes, when you're locked up and people that's never been locked up and they see these reports, like, especially with a celebrity or whoever, and they see that they're in the hole or they caught a write-up or they're still in prison and they're getting write-ups and they still haven't learned their lesson. It don't be like that all the time. The majority of the time it don't. If somebody comes to you and they're trying to physically assault you, or they do, excuse me, sorry about that, physically assault you, what are you supposed to do? If you don't fight back, guess what? That's a major strike. That's a major strike against you because you didn't fight back. So guess what? The next person is going to do the same thing. But then when you do fight back, you're going to catch a write-up. The Kentucky parole board, you don't get to see and talk for yourself anymore. Used to be everybody went before the board. Now it's only certain violent crimes that go before the board and get to explain. So basically what they do is they have a manila envelope and it consists of your file. And they're going to look at your file and they're going to say, okay, well, we see, Mr. Kenz, you have a write-up for disobeying a direct order. Officer done lied on you. He didn't said that you did this, but really you didn't do that. You don't get a chance to explain your side. We see that you got in a fight. Dude then came up and just hit you for no reason or try to take your bag or so you defending yourself. You don't get to say anything because it's kind of like going on you're applying for a job, but you don't get a chance to actually interview for the job. They're just looking at your history and your resume, but they don't get to see you and your personality and get to hear your side of the story. That's how the Kentucky prisons are. It's designed, if you ask me, to keep you incarcerated. Do some people need to be in prison? Absolutely, yes. Some people need to be in prison. I'm no judge. I can't judge anybody. But you got people out here doing things to kids and elderly people and innocent people, and yeah, you deserve to be in prison. But you have these sentence enhancements that are enhancing sentences to where you facing 1 to 5, and you shouldn't even be facing 1 to 5 on no child support. Yeah, you got to take care of your kids, but how you going to take care of your kids from penitentiary? So you facing 1 to 5 on flagrant non-support. But because you've had a prior felony, now you facing 5 to 10 if you go to trial. So you better take these 4 years that they offer you, maybe 5 years. But if you've had 2 prior felonies, now you facing 10 to 20 on child support. Seen a dude fight it. He goes to trial. He comes back. Man, they give him 15 years, man. Everybody told him don't go to trial. How you going to beat it? I mean, you can't beat when you clearly owe for child support. So you must be careful out here. You get one life to live. Going to the penitentiary is just not the way to go. You know, unless somebody does something to your kids or does something. And I'm not even necessarily advocating that, because what about your other kids? You do something, rightfully so, somebody does something to your one child, but then you got 3 or 4 other ones out here that still need guidance, that still need somebody to, you know, lead them in the right direction or whatever. So we must really, really think about our decision making, our choices. I know that people make you mad, and you have to understand that your life can change just like this. The drop of a dime. Is a dude that I work with a couple years ago. He comes home, he's tired. He's been having trouble with his neighbor. What up, Kenz? Hope all is well for you. Much love, as always, from Maryland. What's good, Steven the Water 6070? That's my dog. He always shows up on my lives, man. What's good with you, bro? Appreciate you chiming in. So you got this dude that I'm speaking of. His name is Andrew, man. Andrew, he's I don't know. Andrew's about 5'10", 5'11". Black hair, white dude. He got like a little thin beard just as well. And Andrew probably weighs about 240, 250. Andrew's mother is in need of a kidney. He's the only one that is a match for her. She's been on, you know, dialysis or whatever. It's my mother. I'm going to give my mother a kidney, man. Coming home from work. And he's explaining to me that the situation happened so fast. Like he came home from work, he's tired. The neighbor right below him was blasting their music. Andrew lived on the top floor, so it was the neighbor right underneath him. Blasting the music, man. Shows me his paperwork, all this stuff. He goes down, knocks on the door. Hey, bros, any way you know, kind of cut your music down? It's loud. You know, my wife's here. She's tired. My kid is, you know, trying to sleep. Dude gives him a little resistance, but he turns the music down. Thank you, man. Goes back upstairs. 20, 30 minutes later, music is blasting again. Andrew's pissed. Andrew feels as though this dude is really, really testing me, man. He thinks I'm a joke. He thinks I'm a game. I done asked him nicely. I've asked him prior times and nicely told him about his music. But he just keeps blasting his music. Goes back down there. Come on, bro. I thought you said you was going to turn your music down. Man, I pay my rent the same way you pay your rent. Man, ain't nobody else complaining. You always the one complaining. Now, dude got a totally different disposition about the situation. I think the dude had probably been sipping, drinking a little bit. Not Andrew, but his neighbor. Dude steps outside. Look, man, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to do anything. That's what Andrew's saying to him. I just want you to turn your music down. Dude was the aggressor. He's coming at Andrew. They get to tussling. Tussling right there in the hallway. Andrew ends up pulling his gun out and shoots the dude. Shoots the dude in the hallway. He doesn't run. He doesn't attempt to, cover it up. I think he was the one that called 911. 911 comes. They get the dude. The dude isn't unalive. They take him, Andrew, down to the police station. He tells him exactly what I just told you all. One thing I always say about the police, man, they're going to try to twist your words. Never talk to the police without an attorney. Don't talk to them, period. You got an attorney, you don't have to talk to them. We know this, we know that. We just want to get your side. Well, if you know this and you know that, then you already know what you need to know. Attorney. That's all you need to say to the police. You don't even need to say that. That's just what you need to be thinking in your mind. Attorney. Always ask for an attorney. I don't care if they caught you dead to the wrong. I don't care if they caught you and you know what I mean? Like, they got you on camera. They got you, man, attorney, man. You can only hurt yourself worse by trying to talk. So he's going through the whole process or whatever. They charge him with first-degree assault. 10 to 20. He ain't had no priors. This dude ain't never even had a speeding ticket. Facing 10 to 20. 10 to 20 in which he's going to do 85% of that time because it's violent. They said that by him taking his gun down there, because they knew he had just gotten off work, as though you can't have your gun on your hip right when you get off work. Nevertheless, they put it in a form of though as to where it was somewhat premeditated. Now he's dealing with a public pretender, public defender. Some things happen at the end or whatever, towards like the end of the case. People was able to raise the money for him. They fired a public pretender, get him a real attorney. The real attorney, they going back to court several months or whatever, is waiting on him to get this, be able to, donate the kidney. Situation, he's stressed out. He got to lose so much weight. He has to get down to a certain weight before the doctors will approve it. But he's so stressed about this case that he don't really know, you know what I mean? Like he don't really know what to do. His attorney gets it down 5 years. People think that they're smarter than the police. Talk every time, absolutely. And that's what gets them. That's what really, really gets them, man. Don't talk. Smartest thing you can do. Just an attorney. And so, like I was saying, he's going through the stressful nightmare of having a case. His lawyer gets him 5 years, but he has to do 85% of the 5 years. Typically in Kentucky, you do 20% of your time. But being that he shot dude, that was the best deal that he could get him. He's going to have to do 85%. 4 years and 8 months, 4 years and 9 months. He had a date for the kidney transplant, but it was all contingent upon the judge allowing him to get an extension for him to stay out. Ended up losing the weight. So let's just say he went back to court in February. The kidney transplant was like set up for like April. It was something like that. Dude never been in trouble, never missed a court date. He's on an ankle monitor since he's been home, been working. Surely the judge will allow him to stay out for a few more months to give his mother this kidney. Goes to court. They're speaking all the good things about him. The prosecutor jumps up. They say their due diligence, which is relatively negative. so now at this point, it's really, really up to the judge, which is always up to the judge. You would think that any decent human being, any decent person that had any sort of empathy, sympathy, compassion, heart, would allow him to stay out. But you know that judge sent him to prison? Sent him to prison and didn't allow him to stay out to give his mother that transplant. You see, the judge basically made it seem as though it was out of his hands, which is not. He easily could have been like, okay, I'm going to put sentencing off for 6 months. Easily. Gave him time to recover. Didn't do that. This is a matter that, it's a very serious matter. This is a matter that will be handled by the Kentucky Department of Corrections. Well, the Kentucky Department of Corrections, they're not going to allow you to go and do anything of the sorts. Send him off to prison. About a year later, he gets that call, that dreaded call. Well, they passed away, man. You know, that's one of the... It's never a good feeling when anybody passes away, but when you locked up and somebody passes away, it's just a feeling that is just so... can't really explain it. The guilt trip that Andrew had, knowing that if I had been out, I would have been able to give my mother this kidney. And she would still be here. But because I allowed my anger to get the best of me, I find myself in this prison cell. The only person that ever really, you know, he had his wife and, you know, his kids, but outside of them, the only person that ever really just never left my side and just loved me genuinely for me is gone. And I'm to blame. Y'all want that? I'm in a library one day. Green River, Central City, 2013. I open up the newspaper. Lexington Herald newspaper. And when I opened the newspaper, they kept it long ways. They would have like the whole paper, but it wasn't individually sectioned. It was just like you open it up, you go to A1, A2, B1, B2, B3, you know, the page sequences. I kid you not, man. I pulled the page back and it goes straight to the obituary. I've told this story before. Go straight to the obituary and I look down and the first name I see my name, my full name. I'm the third. I see my name in the obituary. It's like everything in life just froze. Like just momentarily I forgot that I was the third. My grandfather passed away. I didn't even know. I was in such shock that I seen that. The exact same name. He had passed away. You imagine seeing your name in the obituary and you're reading it. Well, if you're seeing it, obviously you're reading it. That was 2013. About 5 years later, I got out, came back. Stupid is as stupid does. They called me up to security. Damn, they done caught me. First of all, I got into a fight. Secondly, I've been playing poker. I'm at a low-level camp at this point. Miss Miller, the meanest woman in corrections. Franklin County Jail in Frankfort, Kentucky. Meanest woman in corrections, man. She said, Kenz, if I catch you, if I find out you're playing poker, I'm going to send you to prison. That was her whole thing, threatening to send people to prison. I ain't care. I already been to prison several times. You send me to prison. I know it's bad to say or whatever. That's just what it was. I'm thinking it's a write-up. Worst case scenario, it's a drug test. I don't smoke. I don't get high, whatever. So I'm cool. They tell me to go sit in this little room and I get up there. I go and I sit in the room. Been there about 5 minutes. A lady comes in. I had never really even seen her before. She was like I don't know, a lieutenant or something like that. And she comes in and she was like, your sister called up here and I'm sorry to inform you, but your dad has passed away. And I'm sitting there at this table, and this is like on a Monday. I said, when did she call up here? Because I haven't. So she looks at the note. She had called up her Thursday, but they didn't tell me until that Monday. Couldn't go to the funeral. It was out of state. He lived in Cincinnati, Ohio. I knew he had been sick, but it wasn't anything like, he went to the hospital, then he came home. It was hard for me to call him because I had no cell phone or nothing, and then calling long distance from, he didn't know how to set up like the phone system and, things like that. And my dad, he was young, he wasn't nothing but like early 60s. And to hear that your father passed away and you didn't even really know that it was that deep. I didn't even know that he was sick like that. And it's a very sad but humbling situation, man. Doug 09, thanks, brother. You helped me get through my shift. I'm about to go home, man. I appreciate you for listening, man. But it's a humbling situation to where, I've lost so many people close to me. Best of friends, man. Grandparents. Aunts. It's people that really, really meant something to me. All because I chose to put myself above everybody else. See, nobody just knocks on your door and just sends you to prison. I put myself in that situation. And so these are the things that really, really help. The things that hurt the most are the things that motivate me the most to stay out, man. Can't pay me to do dirt now. Say, Kenz, why you always got this on? You always got the same thing on, because guess what? I work as much as I possibly can. Go to work as much as I can, man. Not even tempted to be in the streets. I'm not even, for what? For a few dollars, if you even get that. People gonna take it when they catch you. You're gonna spend it on attorneys, phone calls, commissary. People gonna rob you. It's not worth it, man. Get you a job, get you a trade, get you a skill, and stay out here and be out here for your family. Real Kenz TV. Hopefully y'all like the live, man. Now, I mean, I've been on here for a couple hours. Just want to chop it up with you all. I had a ball. I had a blast. I had fun, man. I'm going to start doing this more often. I appreciate all the support, all the love. And I'm looking to take this channel to new heights. I'm about to start dropping more videos. Y'all might see me drop 3-4 videos a day. All of them won't be 30 minutes or better. It would be very difficult for me to drop 3 or 4 videos a day that 30 minutes better. But what I am going to do is I'm starting to lean towards the crime stories more. Telling different crime stories, just telling them on my own, I guess, narration or whatever. Some of those videos might be 16, 17, 18 minutes. And then I'm going to still have my story time, my longer videos. But I'm going to start dropping longer videos. Well, more videos, rather. And we got to take this channel to new heights. Appreciate y'all once again. And, man, y'all be good. Y'all be safe, man. Real Kenz TV. Y'all go check out the video that I dropped. I dropped it. I've been on here for 2 hours and 3 minutes. So I dropped the video probably 2.5 hours ago. Y'all go check it out, man. It's a banger. It's definitely a banger, man. Once again, Real Kenz TV. Holla back.